guys, let's welcome to Vigya's Beauty channel, which removes the gap in between the teacher and a student. And do not wasting our time, a little bit of time. Let's going to start that sixth class of social science. That why should we have to read the social science? Why this subject is there for our social studies? This is going to be a small flow chart. Do not look at this flowchart. At the end of this chapter we see this page, okay? And after turning this page you will see mountains here. After looking this, observe this image, and what do you observe this, what is you observe in this image, and write and note down your points on your notebook, okay? That's great. And here you will see a beautiful mountain, here you will see beautiful trees. This is lake, okay? And this is a small house is there. There are different types, this is a beautiful village, correct? So here you learned a beautiful thing, that what is the difference between the lake and a pond and a river. Lake is generally, when you compare the lake is generally small in size, and this is not a flowing body, because the flowing of water doesn't occur. Something dig on there is the storage of rainwater. This is only the storaging of rainwater in the ponds. And in lakes there is not a storage of rainy water. It is also the mix of the river water and etc. After this, the river is a flowing body, flowing natural resource, flowing water body. So when you compare this pond, lake and river, the pond is generally in smaller in size, and the lake is generally larger when compared with the pond, and the river is considered to be the larger. And after this, seas and oceans are there, okay? And here some questions are there, that where does the water in the lake come from, who made the road and why. You will see that where this water come from. This is generally a lake. The lake is maybe come from the rainy water, and some may come from the river water, okay? And who made the road and why. The road is, who made this road and why they made road, okay? They are asking these questions to you. What could be the activities of people living in this small house, and what could be their history and their future. See here, there is a small house is there present. So this small house, there are how many people will be there in this small house, and how their lifestyle is there, and how their living style is there. They're asking these questions to you, and write down your answers and discuss them with your classmates. So you should have to discuss with your classmates, you should have to write down your answers, okay? This is going to be a beautiful thing in the study. Now looking at the picture on the facing page, what questions come to your mind, write them down. So after this, you can see this picture, write down the questions that you are going to be raised in your mind, in your notebook, because writing is more and most important, because creativity is very important. Due to lack of this creativity, the AI is going to be dominate us. We are humans, yes, okay? And how are our questions about relevant to social science? And after this, we live in the 21st century. If you do not know what this figure really means, you will soon learn about it. Everyone agrees that is particularly challenging time for humanity, correct? It is a very challenging time for humanity, because the AI is going to be developed. We should not compete with the humans, we should have to compete with the AI. We should have to compete with the robots, okay? Because they are doing the most and best job than us, because, okay? And see here a beautiful city picture is there, beautiful buildings are there, car is there, and tall buildings are there, correct? Beautiful roads are there. See how this is evolved to this. So we are going to be studying this in social science. how this evolution has happened, how this change has happened. We are going to be study on further. Then one hand there is a rapid progress in technology, correct? There is a different growth in technology. We should have to acquire the technology in present moment, which is changing our lives in many ways. On the other hand, the world is witnessing multiple wars. Witnessing multiple wars, we are rapidly progressing, we are growing technology, we are changing our lifestyles, but in other hand the multiple wars are going to be occurring, correct? There are different types of wars are happening. The World War I is gone, World War II is gone. So this witnessing, this is going to be occurring. So we have a beautiful word here is witnessing. What does witness means? That which is something about an event. This is generally called as witness. Sorry guys, this is something about an event. This is generally called as witness. And after this, so there are multiple wars that occur, armed conflicts and rising social tensions. So conflict means there is a fight between two people or two organizations or two countries. There is a fight is going to be occurring, that is generally called as conflict. So here we have learned two words, witness and conflict. Witness means something about an event, this is generally called as witness, and conflict means it is a fight in between two things, okay? It may be people, it may be the country, it may be the organizations or anything. And rising social tensions, and our planet's natural environment is under great stress. Yes, this is absolutely right that our planet Earth is under great stress, because we only want the development, we need not the sustainable development. Because of this sustainable development, we can able to see our generations as beautiful, okay? Like if you do not want this sustainable development, then you do not give to your younger generations, okay? So we live in an age of great possibilities but also great challenges. I like this point here. We live in an age of great possibilities. We have a different possibilities. And see your phone is there. There are different types of study videos are there, and different types of courses are there, and different types of skills that you want to learn is there. But also great challenges, correct? On your phone, it may be shorts, it may be vulgar videos are there, or all these videos and bad videos are there, negative videos are there. This is your choice that you want to be in great possibility or you want to be in great challenge, okay? The world over, more and more people wonder, how do we solve the problems facing humanity? They are asking the questions to you. How do we solve the problems facing humanity? How can our society learn to live in peace and harmony? So yes, we are the society which do not have a peace and harmony, correct? And here the peace means it is a state of mind. Generally it is a calm state of mind. This is generally called as peace. I wish to write here because you can learn beautiful words in Ncert, okay? This peace means it is a state of mind of calm, and harmony means living together, okay? Harmony means living. I thought that there is no space here. Harmony means living together, okay? Harmony means living together without any challenges, okay? Without any discrimination, we also say that. And how can we protect this beautiful earth which all we share, and protect it not only for ourselves but also for all the species that live on it, correct? Because the protection, this earth is not only for us, It also for all the species that is present in our lives, a single ant is also have the right to live on this earth. It is not only for the human beings. Okay, and these fundamental questions are simple, but the answers are not. They cannot be simple because human societies are very diverse and complex. Diverse means it is very different and it is very broad and matter. Very diverse and means it is very broad, and complex means which is not simple. Diverse means is very broad and complex means which is simple. If you wish to find answers to such questions and help build a better future, we first need to understand our world and human societies, in particular that is what social science is all about. Yes, this is going to be teach the social science of the human societies in a particular way. It will teach you the human society, it will teach you the human beings, all these mental state of human beings and human behavior and human relationships. Okay, you may wonder whether this is science like say physics or chemistry. So you know that social science is there is a science is word is there. You may wonder that it is like a physics or chemistry. They are asking a question. The discipline does use scientific methods wherever possible, you will, but it focus human society. Yes, social science is also takes the help of the science wherever it possible, but it also focus on human behavior. It also focus on human society, and it is also focus on human relationships. Okay, and again to diverse to allow the kind of set procedures and fixed results the science come with up. Social science has many sub-disciplines. Yes, social has a many grade of divisions are there. This is the terminology you should have to learn here is the geography. Geography, which means that the study of earth. History means the study of the past. Political science is the study of the national and international politics. Economics means the study of money, time, land and labor to satisfy their needs. Sociology means the study of social, the study of the environment, the study of the social and the study of the surroundings. This is generally comes under sociology. And anthropology is also a study of the human. It also focuses on the human ecology and human evolution, human behavior. Archaeology is generally the study of archaeology is a study of past things. This is generally comes under archaeology. Psychology is the study of the state of the mind of the human beings. Okay, and 1 minute and a few more. You need not feel intimidated by all these terms while you will study some these sub-disciplines in the secondary stage. So you do not think worry about these subjects, but you should have to learn this in the secondary stage they are saying. And in the middle stage we have avoided this classification. Instead we have opted for 5 broad themes. So in the middle stage this classification is not there, but we have broadly classified into 5 types. This is generally theme A, India and the world, tapestry of the past. There are 5 stages are there in social science that why we should have to learn. Okay, so let's deeply go into this field. This first theme include the basics of the geographical world around us. Yes, we should have to know the geographical world around us, some of the main features of our planet and a way to represent them on a map. Yes, we have to know that which country is present in the map, which country, which river is present, which ocean is present in the map, which border is there. We should have to know and we should have to represent them on a map. Why this theme is important? When today we can get excellent maps on a mobile phones, because you know that you can ask me questions I can see in the mobile phones, but why the God gave you mind? Okay, we have the technology, but we should have to use this. But the God also gave the beautiful technology to you, the beautiful brain to you. Why don't you use it? And We can get excellent maps on a mobile phone because it deals with much more than maps. Yes, this is not only just studying of maps. It is also known that the oceans are present, mountains, rivers are present. This is deeply concise, not only for maps. This maps does not say these things. You should have to know by studying, studying, studying. You should have to mad of study. Have shaped entire civilization throughout their histories. It is also in India's case about how its natural setting has contributed to giving this ancient civilization a unique identity. Okay, that civilization unique identity. That is theme B. This is going to be theme A, that we should have to know about the geographical structures of the world and our country. Okay, and the theme B is tapestry of the past. We have learned a different thing is tapestry. Tapestry means it is an art on the cloth. Okay, it is an art on the cloth. This is generally called as tapestry. Let's go deep into this. A tapestry is a large piece of canvas like cloth, usually kept as a wall hanging with pictures and designs on it. Chudu, yes, see this. A tapestry is a large piece of canvas like cloth, usually kept as wall hanging with pictures and design. So this is an art that is made on the cloth and which are generally used in wall hangings. Okay, our tapestry is where we will be painting scenes from the paint beginning with India's past. But why should we be all concerned with the past? Because it is a key to understand the present. Yes, they are asking a question, why should have to know? Why we should have to think about this past? Why should have to do these type of researches on this past? You will ask me that. You can ask me this question. If you want to understand the present, then you should have to know the past. Yes, this will teach you, the social science will teach you about the past. Okay, and the past is a major source of our identities. It helps us to understand who we are and where we come from. Yes, the past is only the source that who we are, why we are here, and why the snows is like this, why the ice is like this, why the ears are very small, why we have two holes on the nose. This is all generally comes from the evolution. This is only comes from the past. The past is still with us. In other words, and since history is unfortunately not all about happy development, it is useful to understand where people, government or rulers went wrong and why. Only then can we hope to avoid repeating these errors. Yes. So the past is not only this happiest moments are there, something the rulers done wrong. Because of that, we are ruled by different types of other countries, correct? So these are the errors that our past leaders had done. We should not repeat these errors. So they are saying that only then we can hope that to avoid repeating these errors. Okay, and after this, the theme says our culture and heritage and knowledge and tradition. Yes, we can learn our culture, heritage, knowledge and tradition. And it has often said that India has a rich and ancient culture. True, but what are its main characteristics? Its guiding principles, how has it manifested itself in India's history, and how can it help us to deal with issues of our times? These are some of the questions that this theme is exploring, with the objective that every student should understand some of the cultural foundation of our civilization and learn to appreciate their value. Yes, we should always get pride of our culture and heritage and our knowledge and our traditions. Okay, the new word here is the heritage. Heritage means that, one minute. So here is a new word is there that is generally called as heritage. Heritage is a tradition and it is a culture, it is a history that are passed. Yes, that are done our previous generations. This is generally called as heritage. Okay, and that every student should have to understand what is their culture, what is their heritage are there. Okay, this is what the social science will teach. Not only this, the theme D is governance and democracy. The social sciences also teach you the governance and democracy. Citizens of any country should know how their political system functions. Yes, citizens of every country should have to know what are the rules and regulations are there, and what are the duties are there. Citizens should have to know all these things. India is the world's largest democracy. Yes, our country is the world's largest democracy all over the world. Has an elaborate system working at different levels. What are its chief characteristics and components? They are asking questions. That's how do the citizens participate in the overall governance? What are their rights and also their duties or dharma? Are there different systems in other countries? And if so, of what type? How are different countries supposed to interact? By studying this theme, we can become more responsible citizens. Yes, we can become a more responsible citizens, understanding how the organs of the government function, and learn to have to say in the policies that affect us all, whether locally or nationally. Yes, by knowing all this paragraph means, by knowing our duties and by knowing our rules and regulations, by knowing our governance, by knowing our constitution, we will become a responsible citizen for this country. Yes. And the theme A is, it is only taught by social science. Theme E is economic life around us. Yes, economics already told you that economics is related to money, how the things are going to be satisfied their needs. No family can be happy without the essential of daily living. Yes, no family not can be happy without essential means important. Here new word is there, essential means important. Okay, at least the basic need of a human life is food, clothing, shelter, khana pina, or sona. Access to water in a first stages. In a second, livelihood for adults. Yes, livelihood for adults and access to education for the younger ones. Yes, the secondary stage for all the people is education for younger ones. The education is a very important weapon for the younger ones, and livelihood for adults. Livelihood means that the way the person earns money to meet their basic needs, means a job. Livelihood is generally a job which they will give you salary and they can satisfy their basic needs. So the secondary source of income is secondary stage of economy is very important. Livelihood for adults and education for the younger ones. You should have to remember this point. Livelihood for adult and education for younger ones. Similarly, no country can develop harmoniously without a second economy. But how does an economy work, especially in a huge country? Correct? In a huge country like India, what exactly is money, and what exactly is money is generally, where does it come from, how it can be increased, what economy activities people engage themselves in, how are natural and human resources best managed. This theme generally discuss about this social science. Okay, and after this you will notice that there is 5 themes are there, the 5 themes are completed, and you will notice that there are many questions in the preceding paragraphs. Yes, you have think a lot of questions that in preceding paragraphs, and if you want the answer, then read the social science textbook of Ncert. This is act should be social science is also the art of asking the right questions. Only then we can start looking for the right answers. This also explains the presence of big questions at the start of each chapter in this book. Okay, this is going to be the end of this chapter. End of this, why we should have to name social science. This is very important. If you see the flow chart at the first page, so you will understand this flow chart now. Okay, that's why I said that you should have to read this flow chart at the end of this video. Okay, and this social science is generally focused on India and world and tapestry of the past, our culture and governments and democracy, economic life. India will, this social science will be focuses on these things. Okay, you should have to remember this flow chart, because why we are studying the social science is very important. Okay, and here we have at the end of the summary, there is nothing is there. There are a lot of questions are there, and okay, the summary is not like, but we have learned a beautiful words on the in this starting in this introductory part. Witness means something about an event. Conflicts means it is a fight in between two people. Peace means it is a state of mind of calm. Harmony means living together. Diverse means diversified. Diverse means different. It is very broad means. Complex means it is not a simple thing. It is very hard. Okay, we have learned what are the social what are the studies on social science. We have geography, history, political science, economics, sociology, anthropology, archaeology, psychology, and after this we have learned about tapestry. Tapestry is it is an art on the cloth that is generally kept on wall hanging. Okay, and heritage means that is that the culture is followed by our previous generations. This is generally called as heritage. Okay, and essential means important, and the secondary economic sources, livelihood for adults and education for the younger ones is very important for every country to grow. Okay, this is going to be the end of this video. Thank you for watching.